If you can't control your fight or flight responses when little things are happening, then life will start to be created for you. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Mind Body Mentor podcast. My name is Steven Jaggers, and today we are going to talk about controlling your fight or flight responses, when really they are reactions. They're reactionary because they are an instinctual part of our system that has been designed over thousands of years to keep us alive. We're going to fight something, we're going to flight something. In today's world, we're not necessarily having to fight for our life every day, hopefully not. We're not necessarily having to run for our life, but those things happen as well on a smaller level with our little day-to-day interactions. And why would we want to control our fight or flight response to begin with? It's actually to become more aware in our life, to actually become the conscious creator of our life. If you can't control your fight or flight responses when little things are happening, then life will start to be created for you. You will just start to hurt the people around you. Or you actually are not the conscious creator in your life. You're not actually creating your reality. So first off, I want to go to this iceberg model. You've probably seen it before. It might be a little bit different. But so we have the things that we're aware of, the things that we're conscious of, and then all of our unconscious or our subconscious. The things that we're aware of, that we're conscious of, usually makes up a small amount of our life. How many decisions are being made for you? How many decisions that you're actually making, but you're not actually conscious of? See, human beings are like a memory card. And as we move through life, our memory card gets filled up with different experiences, traumas, wounds, different reactions that we've had. And those things start to fill up our memory card. We end up with just a little bit of space that we're able to consciously create our reality, that we're able to, spend time with our family or spend time doing the things that we actually want to do, because we don't have any capacity. In our culture, we say, someone's on their last nerve, or you're on my last nerve. If you do one more thing, I'm going to have an involuntary response. I'm probably going to lash out at you. All of these wounds, these traumas, these triggers, they are reactionary. Meaning that you're not conscious of them. You're lashing out. Life starts to get played out for you. You actually don't have any free will. When people are stuck with wounds, stuck with trauma, stuck in an activated fight or flight response, they are a wounded animal. And what happens to a wounded animal? It lashes out on everything around them. And then your life is starting to be played out for you. History will repeat itself. You actually don't have conscious choice over your reality. So you start to heal on a nervous system level. You start to find ways to discharge that fight or flight response. You start to take sovereign control of your nervous system, perhaps through different bioenergetic exercises, somatic breathwork exercises, somatic release body work exercises. You start to release a lot of the defense systems that have kept you stuck in a fight or flight response. Therefore, you start to create more space on your memory card, more awareness, more choice. You start to become more response-able versus reactionary. So we have reactivity down here, and you have responsibility. That word responsibility, we think of like as adulting, but really it means that I have the ability to respond. Something happens and I'm not reactive to it. I actually have the ability to respond. I have the ability to take that in, and then I have choice. I actually have created more free will in my life. I have created more capacity to become the conscious creator, and therefore my destiny or my fate is not played out for me. I'm actually creating, I'm co-creating reality, and that's what most of us want. And these wounds, these triggers, these traumas, these reactions, they're not in your mind. They're in your body. We're animals. We have forgotten that we are animals, and we have animalistic responses, such as our fight or flight. And so turning those off requires a nervous system discharge or a physical discharge. And what those discharges could look like, a lot of the times, it's completing the necessary action that we needed to do in the moment of that stressor. And maybe that's crying, allowing ourselves to release the pressure valve, the tears to come out. Maybe that's shaking, maybe that's moving our body, maybe that's yelling, maybe that's using our voice, maybe that's yelling no. All of those expressions or those discharges, they're movements of energy through your system, and none of them are necessarily bad or good, but that movement of energy through your system is actually the sign to your nervous system that you're not in the presence of a stressor anymore. There's so many people out there that are walking around, they never had the opportunity to discharge. They're holding it all together for their friends, their family. They're holding it all together for the world. They're holding the weight of the world. And that act of releasing, allowing someone to feel, allows you, and it sends a signal to your nervous system that you're not in the presence of a stressor anymore. So many people are walking around and their systems are basically acting like they're being chased by a tiger. And so they're stuck in this fight or flight response, and they start lashing out on their loved ones and wondering, oh, why did I do that? They're reactionary, they're involuntary. It's not happening in your mind, it's happening on a somatic level. Releasing, discharging a lot of these wounds, allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to become sensitive. Sensitivity is not a weakness. Sensitivity is actually to become full of sense, full of sensory awareness, allows you to become more alive. That way you're not numbing yourself. You're not stuck with these unconscious triggers or wounds that are making decisions for you. Once you clear on a somatic level, you discharge on a somatic level, you start to become clear mentally. When you clear, you become clear. You see clearly. You have conscious choice. You have free will in your decision making, and you become the conscious creator of your life. I hope you guys enjoyed this model. If you have questions, comments, leave them below. Hit the subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video.